Welcome back to the Budget Bourbon Games. I'm Eric Leutenegger, the founder of Tenacity and the host of Bourbon Friday. And if you've been watching, you know that for the first 3 episodes have come up with some really surprising results. If you haven't watched those yet, go check them out now. Spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Okay, in the first episode, Vario Old Barton 80 showed a strong performance. And in round 2, Evan Williams' Green Label pulled off a surprising win over some fan favorites. And in round 3, we found out my palate is totally broken, but also Benchmark came out on top. We are finally going over 80 proof in this round, which has not been my wheelhouse. We're getting closer to where I like to sit. So let's get started. Again, I've mixed these up and hopefully we'll find something new. So, okay, what is that? There's a little melon on the nose, maybe a little banana. Oh, there's, when I shake that up, I get the cinnamon sort of spiciness. Okay, that's good. Sort of classic bourbon flavors. It does have what I interpret as a little of that medicinal taste that I got last week. Sort of that medicinal finish. Or last time. That's good, nice, sweet. Sort of a medium finish. And yeah, good. A little bit of heat. But again, we're pushing up into the new region. So let's talk about some of these. This is Evan Williams Black Label. Obviously, you can see that it's red, white, and blue. That's because this is part of their Hero editions. Every year they release 6 limited edition American Hero bottles that celebrate being American made and owned. So yeah, that's why they're red, white, and blue. Each bottle's label is a nod to America's heritage and celebrates the service of an American made hero. Evan Williams is of course a product of Heaven Hill out of Bardstown, Kentucky, and is the 2nd largest bourbon brand in the world, or 3rd if you include Jack Daniel's. This is no age statement, so it's at least 4 years old, and it is 86 proof. Let's go for the next one. A very, very light, like leathery smell. You can definitely tell there's more ethanol in these. There's something there, I can't put my finger on it. Let's try and taste it and see if I can get more out of it. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. So the mouthfeel on this is much better than the previous one. Doesn't have sort of that medicinal finish to it. It's got a little bit of heat to it, but it's not nearly as present as in the first one. Nice, sweet, classic bourbon flavors. Good mouthfeel, which we haven't even seen at all in this competition, which would probably indicate less dilution, that kind of thing. Yeah, that was good. So next up, Now let's talk about the bottle to beat. This is Evan Williams Bottle and Bond. I'm not going to bore you anymore with talk about EW or Heaven Hill, but nearly everyone says that this is the best budget bourbon around, if you aren't including the releases with limited distribution. And as I said, this is bottled and bond. So we know that it must be 100 proof, at least 4 years old, a product of one distiller from one distillery from one distilling season. And it must be aged in a government bonded warehouse. And it even says bottled under U.S. government supervision. So yeah, this is the guy to beat. Who knows? If you hear the term bonded in relation to bourbon, it's likely talking about the same thing. I can't think of anything else that it would be. And BIB is historic because it is one of the first examples of consumer protection law in the U.S. It's interesting, like some of the earlier episodes, you could definitely see legs on these. And there's just getting a nice clean coat here, but not really a ton of legs there. Some very nice baking spices off the nose. Some earthy tones that I'm getting there. Oh, there's something back there too. What else? What was that? Yeah, I'm not sure. Again, palate, nose sucks. Nose sucks worse than palate, and apparently my palate is broken, so what are you going to do? Oh, that is good. Sweet, all those classic bourbon, like sort of that cinnamony, spicy, a little bit of caramel in there. Very, very good bourbon. Very good bourbon. And we know the most expensive thing up here is $16, so $15.99. Yeah, we're starting to get there. All right. So the 80 proof version of this is already in the finals, but now it's time for Vario Barton 100. That, of course, means it's 100 proof. There is no age statement, so we know that this is at least 4 years old. Now, we just talked about bonded, so you might think, oh, 100 plus 4 years, that's bottled in bond. But it isn't. VOB 100 used to be bonded, but they took that designation off a few years back. I have one of those in the collection still, so maybe I'll do a comparison now that I've cracked one of these open. This is distilled by Barton in Bardstown. Says it on here. The 80 does not say that, but it is bottled in Frankfurt. Which brings me to the final glass of this round. Getting more corn off of this, more almost like a very light buttered popcorn almost. Not like punchy, strong buttered popcorn like you might get off of like a blue corn or something like that. There's some more corn there. This might be what Fred Minnick describes as like cornbread. Not sure. I don't eat a lot of cornbread these days, but I like cornbread. Ooh. Okay, so this is the first one where I'm getting vanilla note. I'm getting some sort of like dark fruit tones. Maybe like cherry or apple, but me. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with any of these. Oh, this is good. Okay. Let's take a step back. Let's talk about Ezra Brooks. This is the only one of these bottles that wasn't a fresh crack, neck pour. This is a 90 proof bourbon from Lux Row Distillers. Now, Lux Row used to source all of their bourbons, so we only know that this came from Kentucky. This does say somewhere on here, I thought. Charcoal mellowed. Sorry, it took me a second to find it on it. But my understanding that this process is different than the Lincoln County process in that it's pretty fast and it happens after aging versus Lincoln County process is sort of the reverse of that. Someone let me know if that isn't correct. But I think that's right. At least that's sort of what I've read. One day I will be able to ask them what actually happens, but I didn't think about it the last time I was at Lux Row, so there you go. And Ezra Brooks, like Zachariah Harris, it's not named after a real person. It's just a melodious name, all branding. So, you know, we get it. So let's try and wrap this up. I'm going to go back to 1, but I think this is number 4 for me. I'm starting to get a little nuttiness off this one. It's not bad, but I am getting that sort of medicinal sort of note that I just don't care for. So I'm going to call this 4 because I don't get that, or I don't think I got any of that off of any of these. Plus the mouthfeel on all of these is clearly better than that one. Let's just do some back-to-backs. The nose on this is a little bit better, or a little bit better for me. And typically that probably means that the scent is a little bit stronger, probably leans towards a sweeter, more baked goods than anything off-putting. Yeah, it's definitely a better nose on this guy. That's really nice. Ooh. Ooh, this is hard. I hope you can't hear that dog on the mic, but maybe you can. I can hear it. And it is a very annoying thing that happens in my apartment very regularly. God, that's tough. I want to say this. Getting some leathery notes off of this now. Now I'm getting some nuttiness off of this guy. That is good. All right, let's just do one final check on this. Yeah, this is like, for me, feels like a very nice classic bourbon, like super classic. Gives you everything that you think that you might want out of that, and you're not missing anything. This one has a very, I think the mouthfeel is maybe a little bit better on this, but like flavor-wise, finish-wise, I think this wins hands down. Yeah, that's great. I'm finding all kinds of different things in that. Okay. I just drank a lot of bourbon in like 5 minutes. Knows better. Man, this is tough. This is tough, but I'm going to go 2, 3. But that may as well be a tie. Now, let's find out how broke my palate is. Because if this is a... Okay. Moment of truth. Ezra Brooks. So I kind of would have predicted that. So I hope I would have predicted that. It's a little bit cheaper, I think, than everything else up here. Like I said, it's not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it just has that sort of what I perceive as medicinal, cough medicine-y, whatever. Now these could be anything at this point. Okay, VOB 100. So what's it gonna be? Am I gonna be right? I almost don't want to know. Okay. Oh shit. Evan Williams Bottle and Bond. which makes this just Evan Williams. And maybe it's just I don't prefer the flavor of Evan Williams totally ramped up. Crazy. Evan Williams. So yeah, if you're just sitting around drinking, especially at like 8:15 in the morning, like I am right now, maybe that's the determining factor. I can't believe that didn't win, but we got 2 Evan Williams in the finals, and yeah, we'll have the 40 versus the 43% benchmark Zachary Harris. So actually, to me, that makes this, or not Zachary Harris, VOB. That makes it more interesting because we're all sitting like this. Yes, this is 86 proof, and those are all 80s, but we're all sitting in the same range. It's really interesting that didn't win. But like I said, these were so close that I think on any given day, I would have preferred something else. And maybe it's just because it's like first thing in the morning, I'm trying to do this and get this out of the way for the day so I can finish the edit. But I'm quite like just right down the barrel bourbon. It's fucking great. Okay, I can see now comparing these two, this is a little bit more oaky. Some things are dialed up, and maybe that's what it was putting me off. So super interesting. Super interesting. Anyway, that was good. That was fun. So we've got one episode left. One. And we're going to be putting those 80 proofers up. I'll probably shoot that tomorrow and try and get that out on Saturday afternoon. So please join us tomorrow for the final episode of the Budget Bourbon Games when we find out what I think is the best bottle of bourbon under $16. And I'm sure you will totally disagree with me. But Jesus, you can buy this for like 10 or 12. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. Anyway, join us next time. I'll see you soon.
Hey, thanks for watching. We truly hope you enjoyed it. Please like and share this episode, and if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. To stay up to date, follow us on social. We are at Bourbon Fridays on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. See you next time.